Talks Boxing is sponsored by HWX Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. We are also sponsored by the Block Family, which started on Marlowe's Corner. The Track Titles, which is where we get our music. If you're looking for tracks to open up your videos, play through your videos, in your videos, or you feel like you got some dope lyrics to drop some tracks, hit us up. Thanks for joining this episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing, and we'll be diving in real soon. Welcome to this episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. Welcome. Let me make sure that I got the mic up where we could be heard. Welcome to this episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. Well, all right. Well, I missed out with you guys yesterday, but you know how I can be sometimes. You know how I could be. Old wifey called me out. I couldn't go out like that. I had to represent. And then, you know, I'm winning. I'm doing my thing. Then all of a sudden I hear Rosie Perez's voice from White Man Can't Jump say, Tookie, you know, sometimes you win, you really lose. And sometimes when you really lose, you really win. Then I realized what I was doing was a grave mistake. So I took a loss for the team. Just messing around. Glad to see everybody. Glad to be up and alive today. It is beautiful outside. The weather is lovely. Can't really speak on too much of the temperature outside of the country and what's going on politically. So we come to what we can get to, and that's our boxing, where we can conversate and talk about our boxing and enjoy that. I'm gonna let it marinate for a couple of seconds. See if we can get some faces up in here. Some family up in here so we can go ahead and see how things is going to go. All right, y'all, go ahead and get the greatest up there. All right, you know you can't have a conversation without the greatest. The greatest I am. Flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So, I guess if we're going to start it off, or if I was to start it off, Shakur Stevenson puts up a post telling T.O., let's line it up. We do business with the same people. I'll go to 140 for this. On God. That's right. This is what the baby world beater has put out for the world to see. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of channels complaining, crying, griping about said moves that certain fighters are making. They're crying about Devin, or complaining about Devin being on so-said undercard of Ryan Garcia. They're jabbing at him about the boss statements that Bill Haney has made. If he was his own boss, he wouldn't be fighting on a man's undercard. I'm willing to bet to some of you guys, if Devin had to try to put a card together, or wasn't on an undercard, people will be complaining, especially if they tried to make it a pay-per-view. Even if it was a cheap one, I believe people would complain. Why is he trying to be on a pay-per-view? He just lost. Some people you just can't satisfy at all. But we got Shakur shooting out that text that I just quoted about lining it up with T.O. because they both have the same people that they work with. Shouldn't be a problem. Uh, I don't know how people are gonna pick up on it or what their thoughts would be about it, but I'm saying, hey, good move by Shakur. Keep your name popping. You know, you just got to win off of Padley by knockout, which some people are making complaints about that, as if you got bag up fighters, just killers on speed dial to step in to take somebody's place. And I know that sometimes a fighter has to be pulled out and someone else has to step in, but you can only work with what you got. Now, Shakur moving up to 140, I'm going to say it first. Or I'm going to say it the way I feel, you know. Could it be a move to lighten up the backlash that could possibly start rolling that way about him and Keyshawn? Or should I say Shakur, period? Let's just say Shakur. I'm not going to even bring Keyshawn into it. Shakur not wanting to fight any of his brothers. Seeing that he got a lot of brothers. I mean, a gaggle of them, a bunch, a slew, you name it, a barrel, a bundle. He got a lot of brothers that he don't want to fight. And I gather this from him not wanting to fight Keyshawn. A lot of stuff boiling up at 135. Some names. 135 seem to be getting filled up. I'll say a smart move would be move going up to 140. Is he going to stay at 140? All these questions are going to be posed if he makes a move. Say T.O. gets past Barbosa. Will that be a fight that they would start trying to negotiate upon? Will T.O. get past Barbosa? That's also a question. You know, calling the man Arnold and everything like that. Slapped him. Cold, straight up, slapped the man. Slapped the man, slapped, a nice echoing slap. Some people say, oh man, he couldn't get out the way of the hook. Which it wasn't that. Seeing that you pushed the man, I guess you should have been a little more prepared that something might be coming back at you. But Barbosa was not prepared for something, that being a slap, coming back at him. He kind of took it full grunt, full however you want to put it, throttle. He took the slap, which adds more excitement to the upcoming fight, which is only a couple of weeks away, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have too much longer to wait for this card to take place with Ryan Garcia. I'm sorry, I said Ryan Garcia. With Ryan, Roley, Devin, Arnold, T.O. That fight's coming up right around the corner. And on the tail end of that, you know we got Canelo versus Skull, which we got to get on. We gonna roll down the list on that. But my way of thinking, which I'm just throwing it out there, I'm not ever accusing anybody of anything unless we really have to accuse them. But you know, how would you look at it? All of a sudden, T.O. is willing to go to 140. He's willing to go fight T.O. at 140, Shakur, that is. And you know, we kind of missing out on the Tank fight, whatever reason why we missing out on that. But you know, we got some new names to start to call Shakur out, which means nothing because I give him his props for being able to handle his business with Skull. Late replacement, not Skull, with Padley. Late replacement in the fight. Some people feel like they could have found him a much harder touch than Padley as a replacement, but what does it matter? What I want to know is if the fight takes place, T.O. and Shakur, is it a fight that you would want to see? You're calling him out at 140. If some kind of way the stars align and T.O. gets to fight Shakur, would you be willing to watch it? I would be willing to watch it because I'm ready to see T.O. take a thumping. I'm hoping Barbosa passes him out one on the second on the fight coming up around the corner. Excuse me. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm hoping for. And I'd like to get some feedback from you guys on what you think about old Shakur calling out T.O. at 140. I would have to say that, if he's saying he's ready to start trying to face big names, he got a nice number of fights up under his belt. I would say if you could start knocking off names now, if any time, this is a great time to start the campaign, start trying to knock them off to you, Shakur. Now I don't see Shakur moving up to 147 or anything like that. Yes, is in the house. Salute, my brother. It's one of those early morning dances that we got going on. Just sitting here trying to figure out what's the thoughts on Shakur Stevenson calling T.O. out at 140. That's where I'm at right now. Just touching on that. Saying, is there a danger from him calling out T.O. at 140? Will people start trying to label him trying to duck out of the 135 competition because he has so many brothers at 135 that he might don't want to fight? So moving to 140, if he's moving to stay, if he moves to stay, moving to stay, would that be considered a good move, a wise move to dodge some of the backlash that could start coming from the fact that they talking about not fighting? I believe the last time I heard Shakur speaking on fighting Keyshawn, they was talking about 100 million to give us both 100 million to 200 million, some crazy number like that. And truth be told, I don't see that number ever being reached. So him going to 140 instead of 135 to call out T.O., I want to know how you guys feel about that. Will that be a good move? I'm sure it'll be a fight everybody wants to see, but would it be a good move for Shakur? Now, let's remember, don't start licking your chops or anything or getting excited. It doesn't set the stage for a Ryan Shakur fight or a Ryan Devin fight because they're past 140. So don't get excited on that. What I want to know is what your thoughts are if Shakur go up to 140 and start campaigning there. That would mess up the undisputed call that we're looking for at 135. Won't his brothers be moving up to 140 sometime in the future? Good point. Good point. Keyshawn looks like he's a pretty big little guy. Pretty big little guy. He looks like he's a guy that's pretty his frame could fill out a little more at 135 to 140. So I don't know how it's gonna work out if he gets away from the backlash at 135 to 140 and the brothers, all his relatives move up to 140. It's gonna be the same thing. So yeah, so you're pretty much right with that. These brothers will be moving up pretty soon. Would have been a good fight if we got Shakur versus Tank. It would have been a great fight if we got Shakur versus Tank. Problem is, the diva in Tank is starting to show up. I'm not going to exit all the way out, and I know a couple of weeks ago, probably a week ago, I was saying that I just don't believe we're going to get that fight. I know for sure we're probably not going to get the Devin fight, but the Shakur Tank fight, I don't know if we're going to get that. I'm on the side of the fence that's thinking we are not going to get it. But deep inside, I'm hoping that something can change where those guys can line it up. But yeah, I'm hoping they can line it up. But I'm not gonna spend a lot of time debating who can win or lose the fight. I've always said, we'll always say, unless something drastically changes with the landscape of those fighters in their area, Shakur and Tank, my number 1 and 2 guys. I said when it came down to it and all the dust settled, we would be looking at Tank and we would be looking at Tank and Shakur as the last 2 standing. He said the diva been showing up for a while. Now in Tank. Yeah. It's Tank's diva is really starting to show. I think he's starting to grasp the fact that, hey, people do come out to see me. Hey, people hang on my every word. People are watching my every move. I think he's starting to get it and understand that no matter what you do, he's reached the point that we always talk about. If you can get to the point where people dislike you and they start paying money to see you lose, and you got your people that do like you and they paying money to see you, it's a win-win situation. And right now, in my opinion, I think Tank is at the cusp of the win-win situation where people are starting to come out. They don't like him. They letting it be known they don't like him. And they watching him. They're not, in my opinion, watching him to win. They watching him to take an L. All I can say is for every fighter that reaches that plateau where people are hating you enough that they're willing to pay to see you lose, and you got enough of them loving you to see you win, hey, you've done your job. You've done your job quite well. And I say that goes out for any athlete. If you got a nice group of haters just paying to see you lose, to offset your people that love to see you win, great job. That's what we're here for. Then you have achieved GOAT status, or right at GOAT status, however you want to put it. Your ass is marketable. You're going to get some paper for going out there to do what you do, making people mad for you doing what you're doing, and so forth. But to not go too far off the tracks, a Tank Shakur fight is something that will always be hoped for. Like I said, unless something drastic happens where they can come together and pull it together and make it happen, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it at all. We can always spin back to it, but I'm gonna roll on a little bit because Jake Paul, MVP, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Good morning, brother. How you doing today? I'm just up asking a few questions. Wanting to know how people feel about Shakur Stevenson calling T.O. out at 140 pounds. And if he goes to 140 pounds, will people consider that him ducking out on the troubles and the brothers and all the relatives that he have at 130? Yasser brought up a good point. Says brothers will be moving up to 140, so the problems will be returning. I'd like to see what if you guys got a breakdown about it, got a few words, type them up in the chat. Let me see. Moving on to Jake Paul, the guy that YouTuber people didn't like when he first showed up with MVP and all that. I didn't like him. I'm not gonna be ashamed to say it. I thought the guy was out there making a mockery of the sport. Didn't believe he was really trying to do anything. But now, once again, his MVP Promotions has made a move. They have reached out and they have signed Alicia, the Bomb Gardner. Yes, that's right. Alicia, the Bomb Gardner is one of the newest members of MVP Promotions and Jake Paul, which I said, great. This is a good move for Alicia. Last time we saw her fighting like in a gym, or I don't really know what it was, but it was not what you would expect to see Alicia Baumgartner in. Her name had reached up to the top. You was talking about her alongside of Clarissa Shields and things like that. Good move for her. Hopefully Jake can get her lined up in some good fights. I want to know who she'll be facing off against. Didn't really do all my homework, but heck, the girls over there in the UK, hey Yasser, y'all got some girls over there, man, with the gloves on, is doing their thing. I was really impressed, moved. Just I was in boxing heaven a couple of weeks ago watching all that ladies card. It was beautiful work done. The girls are fighting just as well as the men. Just as well as the men. And if Jake Paul has the vision to promote and cross lines with Eddie Hearn and those girls over there, I think we'll see some good fights for Alicia Baumgartner. And I want to ask too, have you guys noticed, does she look a little different to you? Because it looks like to me, she used to be a little more cut up. And since we had the incident of her popping dirty and her being back in the light, her body looks like it's softened up a little bit. Could be just me. I might be looking a little too deep in it, but it does look like she's softening up a little bit. Even though I don't like Jake Paul, he's doing good things for female boxing. I agree with you 100%, Yasser. I ring your sentiments totally. When he first came in the game, I couldn't stand it. You know, and I was one of the people saying, if you fight a real fighter, if you fight a real boxer, he's going to get his ass whooped. Well, he fought a real fighter in Tommy Fury. He did lose. I'm hearing that he fought some other guys that supposedly were real boxers that we didn't get a chance to see, but were so-called sanctioned. I don't know. I'm not going to call boo on it. I'm going to just say that this is what they're saying. But on top of that, my boy Yester says she's lost a lot of muscle since she's popped dirty. Okay, so it's not just me. My glasses are not playing tricks on me or giving my eyes a false reading. I am seeing a softer body on Alicia Baumgartner. Huh. So it's not just me. The pop dirty thing could have a little substantial weight behind it. Don't know. I don't know. All I know is that the boxing world is letting her back in. They have let her back in, so who am I to say that she can't get back in the game? She back in the game. Let her do her thing. Right. So, Alicia Baumgartner is signed with MVP Jake Paul. All I want to know, so who would you like to see her fight over there across the pond over in the UK? I don't know if I want to say Natasha Jonas. I wouldn't throw Natasha out there. Natasha looked like she might be getting ready to take it on out of there. But the rest of those girls, the rest of those little bras out there that's running around putting hands on people, I would love to see her. I would love to see Alicia Baumgartner. Check this out. Tell me if I'm tripping. Alicia Baumgartner and Carolina Dubois. I think that'd be a thumping ass fight. Ooh, she should fight that Price girl. Oh, the pit bull that is Price. That would, oh my gosh. Every time I think about Price, I ain't gonna lie to you. I get the hairs on my neck raised up. She looks the part. She's fast. She's brash. She got. Oh man, she got good speed. I think that would be another one. If Jake Paul could move and wade through the waters just right, I could see some good fights for Alicia Baumgartner that people would take their hats off to, that could possibly catapult her where she doesn't have to clash with Clarissa Shields. She don't have to use Clarissa Shields' name or bring Clarissa's name up to start that craziness. But hell yes, I would love to see her fight that girl Price. That would be a good fight. I think, like I said, I would like to see her fight Carolina Dubois. I would like to see that fight. But, I'm just wishing here and shooting off. What I can say is congratulations to Alicia Baumgartner. I'm sure with Jake Paul, we will not see her fighting in some little storehouse or something like that. As long as she's up under that banner, we should be seeing her in a place with a nice card, with some good fights and some excitement. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Miss Baumgartner can do or what she got lined up for us. If she still got power, or did she lose some of that when her body softened up after the PED scare? And I'm gonna just say scare and keep it moving. Just like that. Well, with the Alicia Baumgartner situation and her going over there with Jake Paul trying to line up all the beautiful women in boxing. Jake Paul trying to get them lined up. But I gotta say the UK does have a nice little stronghold. They got some nice looking fighters over there that's doing their thing. And then Alicia, she still got some work because my girl over here, Michaela Mayer, still calling out. There's some girls over here that got some squabble game too. The squabble game is not lost on the ladies right now. I tell you that it's not lost on the ladies right now. But I would like to see Alicia Baumgartner get a chance to get in there with some of these other small women, the big name women, not trying to chase after Clarissa because that ship is sailed. So leave it alone. Stop it. Quit crying about it. Because you ain't going to get that. You're not going to get that at all. At all. I saw the card for Canelo's skull. And I had a question about it because I see they still got Piccoli and they still got Piccoli and a Jogba up there. And unless something has changed that I don't know about, I could have swore that it was reported that Piccoli was not going to be participating in the fight against the Jogba. But apparently, they didn't get the memo before they put the flyer out. Unless something is changing, they go still fight. Somebody please, okay, my boy Yassi, I was surprised to see that too. So unless they haven't got a replacement yet, that's why we haven't gotten an announcement of who a Jogba is supposed to be fighting, because I haven't heard anything. The last thing I heard was Piccoli was out of there. He was out of there because of the knockout. And you know how dirty it would be if they stuck him back in there? I don't know. We got Hyphy in the building. Good morning. Hyphy, my brother. Hey, man, I sent you that information to your email. It's just been sitting there. I can see it over here. It's just been sitting there. Ain't nobody chasing no damn Clarissa. Alicia is now the face of women boxing in USA. Papoose who? Well, she got a long ladder to climb before she becomes the face of women boxing in the USA. This is my opinion. Yeah, she did have a little scuffle hiccup with the Pop Dirty thing, but it seems to me that boxing is so forgiving that if you pop dirty once, twice, 3 times, lady, they'll let you come back. That's right. They'll let you come back. It's only a few names of recent that I could say pop dirty and didn't come back. That didn't come back. But so far, we've seen Jarrell Miller get a chance to come back. We've seen a few guys. They got to what's his name from over on across the sea that was gonna fight Deontay Wilder that popped dirty. That got a chance to come back. It's a few names that's popped dirty that's got to come back, and it seems like the people are forgiving enough to let it happen. So we'll see what it could be. They said, could it be brother Turkey is sorting Piccoli out for taking that short notice with Parker? It could be that, but how do he still fight under suspension because of the knockout? I don't know how that works. Cause this is new to me for somebody to still be getting advertised as fighting after a knockout after they've been said to be suspended and taken off of a fight. So I'm guessing they stretched the suspension out, which the suspension would stretch out into his training camp because he will be training now, and he's supposed to be suspended. Can't train in suspension. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what's going on with that Piccoli thing, man. And since you brought up Turkey, I checked out his little video that he was having. It was like a meeting, and he was talking about Bruce Gass say Big Baby Miller never pissed clean. Exactly. But we done seen him in the ring a couple of times after the accusations or the accusements, or however you want to put it. What is going on with that? Okay, there we go. Or whatever we going on with that. But getting back to Turkey and the things he was saying, we were wishing and talking about the one belt era, one champion coming back in all the divisions. Well, Turkey put a shutdown to that and said we will still be seeing the four belts. He's not trying to put the sanctioning bodies out of business or promoters out of business or anything out like that. And I'm thinking this is all rolling back. Could it possibly be that people start screaming about the Muhammad Ali Act and how you can't monopolize certain things and you can't threaten certain things and make certain moves because there's a Muhammad Ali Act that covers a lot of things other than just boxers' pay and who can take their money and stuff like that. From what I'm gathering from it, it's gonna look like some clean competition between some companies that's vying for the public's eye. Who's gonna come up with the best fighters, the best fights, the best times, the best venues, the best shows, period. Who's going to have the best product to work with? Um, if Turkey stays true to the way he's done things, if he's a businessman, he should be able to work out with any of the other promotional companies that are still in the game and still looking to do work. This is for sure. If somebody heard from a brother Gil Cole, I ain't want to speak on Keith. One time Thurman. But it looks like Keith has time on pause. Let me say that again. I'm not gonna say he turned back the clock. I'm gonna say it's like he got time on pause. When he's out the ring, it's like he's not aging, except for his hairline. Somebody need to talk to him about that. But the man came in and he did good work against that boy, Brock Jarvis. Knocked Brock's block off with a one hook right, hook left, hook right, uppercut. Popped his head back like a pair of suspensors, dropped him down, and did his thing. Boy, Yasser said, Keith fed me crow. Man had a fight after 3 years and got KO. Got a KO. That's what I'm saying. Does he have the button on pause? Does that give him some equity to start calling out Earl Spence again? As an Earl Spence fan, I am one. Will the other fans start saying, or will there start being echoes of, could it be possibly that Earl might be ducking? I ain't saying that Earl is a duck, but I'm saying if a man throwing rocks at your house for over 10 years, somebody need to go out there and whoop his ass. Saying that, Keith been calling you out for a minute. And I do understand that you was a little upset that when Keith was the champion, you didn't get a chance. He kind of sunned you, Earl, and that's okay. That's okay. You went on to do big things, great things, as Trump would say, very big things in the ring. You waited for Crawford, even though it didn't turn out for you the way you thought it would. I think it would be a good idea for you to give chance to Keith Thurman. Hell, you ain't got a belt. He ain't got a belt. People will watch y'all fight just to see it. You know what I'm saying? Both y'all ain't been fighting. Well, Keith is more active than Earl right now, for sure. Way more active than Earl. He said, I think he need to shave his shit off. You're right, man. He do need to cut that off. He said the Tibetan monk. Keith era. He got it. Do we still got? I could. No, he ain't got the ponytail. I'm tripping. He just got that far back hairline with that little bald spot behind it. It almost looked like a cul-de-sac, like a straight road going across over a hill, and right at the top, that little cul-de-sac. I'm sorry, Keith. I'm sorry, but your hair killing me right now. Go on, let it go, bro. Go on, let it go. Yeah, he shook him off back in the day. He wouldn't fight him, gave him all the excuses that he could, trying to let the fight marinate. And Earl holding it against him. But man, shit. Just go ahead and suck it up, bro, and go and collect that money. Quit being mad at Keith because he held the belts from you. Damn, you got the belts. You collected them. So quit being mad at him. Let that shit go. But let's be honest. Earl ain't that commodity he was a few. No, he's not that commodity he was a few years ago. That's what I'm saying. Right now, because the Fundora fight fell through, we haven't heard of anything else being lined up for Earl. I think it would be a very good move for him to go ahead and line it up with Keith. Keith just got a knockout, got people murmuring again. He say he's ready. If he got suspended, it's only for about a week or two because they get suspended after the fights. But if he got suspended, it wasn't nothing to keep him from getting back in the gym, working out, and getting it together. I for one say, Earl, forget it. Go and line it up, man. Go and line it up. Come on out and show the world if the truth can be one time. You fought Porter already. You fought Crawford, even though Crawford wasn't even part of the list when it was all you guys vying for position. Crawford came in as a late step in, as a walk in, or should I say, in college they call him a walk on. He came in as a walk on and dominated. Only person he didn't dominate was Keith. He did beat you, Earl. So line it up, man. Quit holding off from the world. Let the world get their action in. Let us see what you got for him. And the fight that's coming up in a little bit with Canelo and Skull, which I went and looked at Skull. I ran over a lot of his highlights and everything like that. And to be honest with you, I don't really see Canelo having a hard time with your boy William Skull. I don't see him having a hard time with that man at all. But I'll break that down a little deeper. Y'all know how I do. It's early in the morning. We just doing the pop-up. Let me go ahead and drop something real quick while I wet my whistle. Y'all keep moving. Be right back. Holla.
I don't worry about no problems. There's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows. Everywhere to see. I keep moving. Always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving. You never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems. There's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows. Everywhere to see. I keep moving. Always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving. You never know who's truly on your side. I'm a rich, old, dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up while hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I know strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking. You walk in, don't make me disprove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I'm gonna make it home and you might not let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee you I'll let that be hit you. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no things upon my windows that they're here to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no things upon my windows that they're here to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
I keep on moving like soul to soul, penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow like water from the aquifer. Look within your ocular and see your tendencies. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Grab a mic with a firm grip when I spit. Have brothers documental shit.
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear. Inability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up, cause if not, you a trust that's a lame duck. I'ma call you superhead cause the game sucks. Keep it moving in your lame truck. Run.
Worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears upon my windows that they're here to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no tears upon my windows that they're here to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear. Inability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
Niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I rather make change. Okay, let's get that straight. Nah, back to the grill when the niggas got beat. Yes, man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late.
We are back. Oh no, wait a minute. See, that's what we got right there. We got problems like that. Y'all need to keep up over there. My team is tripping. They moving slow on the buttons today. Did I see my brother D-Lo 404 boxing? Yes, I did see him slide into the room. Say salute all. What's going on, my brother? It's just come to my attention, Yasser. It looks like Bakoli will be fighting. It looks like he will be fighting against a Jogba. And shoot, less than 70 days, in less than 4 months, they will be locking horns after he just got knocked out. Wow. Uh, if it, I don't even know how I want to even look at that. How do you look at that? The man just got smooth knocked out. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it didn't. I don't know how to look at this. I don't know how to look at this. But it seemed like he is on the card. It looked like that is fact. He will be fighting. He will be fighting on that damn card with FL Jogba. And in lights of him being knocked out like that, shoot, I guess most definitely I would probably have to be rolling with a Jogba, which I thought I was going, which I said I was probably rolling with a Jogba anyway because I see a lot of growth in the Jogba. But damn, I would like Bakoli to have more of a chance than just getting knocked out. Don't know what his training camp is going like or how soon he got to start his training camp. But hell, I think sometimes being a warrior could get you in trouble. But maybe he knows something that we don't know. He might come out there and surprise us and stop FA. That's a big if, big surprise. But, we have to see what happens. They both heavy-handed guys. Bakoli will be in a little better shape, I suppose, when they meet. But what kind of difference is it going to make? He's been stopped before. He's been beaten before, so I don't think the road of him coming back from being beat will be any difference. I can't remember if Cunningham stopped him or outboxed him. Either way, it should make for a good scrap. It should make for a good fight, but we'll see. Now, with this Canelo Skull deal, I don't think Skull is going to bring us what it is we look at. He said Bakoli called in that favor from Turkey. I need my money. I need my money. I need to get out there in front of those people. I need that bag. I need that deal like you gave Padley. A paid off crib, a nice check, and some other things. You thinking about Hunter, not Cunningham. Yeah, you're right. Wait, it was Hunter? Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about Hunter, not Cunningham. Did Hunter knock him out or did Hunter just outbox him? I think Hunter outboxed him. It was an arm injury stoppage. Oh, shoot. So what we're saying is Bakoli got action. Is that what you're thinking? Bakoli got action with this with FA? You think the Martin Bakoli stoppage against who the fuck did stop him? Parker? You think that was just a hiccup in the road and he should be all right? And we should still get a good, strong scrap out of him and FA? I'm just asking. But I keep trying to get to Skull and Canelo. And y'all know like I know and like the rest of the world know. 9 times out of 10, Skull is not going to give Canelo a hard time. As I was saying, I was watching a lot of his highlights of the 22 fights that he had with 6 knockouts. 22 with 6 knockouts, which means he usually boxes his way to victory. Looking at him, he doesn't have a lot of head movement. His head stays on the line. He's kind of up and down, kind of straight up and down fighter. He has foot movement, but not what you would consider enough. It's not like a Bibble foot movement where he can get in and out, in and out like that. From the competition I've seen in his highlights, he's getting the tee off on these guys. These guys aren't giving him anything back at all. I think what's going to happen is Canelo's going to put the high guard up, start walking forward, start trying to cut off the ring, bag him up, get some good shots in on him, let him feel the power, see how he reacts then. See if he gets on his bicycle, will he try to stand his ground? But I think at some point within the fight, he'll end up standing his ground. And Canelo, who has pretty decent hand speed, not going to say foot speed, but when you look at him catching these other guys when he counters and everything, it's pretty swift. It's pretty swift of hand. And I'm thinking that he's going to end up slowly breaking Skull down and probably get Skull out of there. And unless Skull rides the bike a lot. If he could find a way to keep some open territory for him to move into and strike from, it's a possibility. I'll give him that, but I don't see the fluidity in him like a Bibble. I don't see it in him like a Caleb Plant. Um, Hopefully he got a good gas tank and he could prove me wrong for his team. But my analysis of it is I think the dude gonna end up getting beat in 9. Possibly 6. Possibly 6. But I'm giving him 9. But I'm gonna say in my mind I'm thinking he might get stopped at 6. Uh Hunter was outboxing him, but Bacoli couldn't continue, citing an arm injury. Okay. Nope, I had FA out the gate. Still got FA the silent roller. You know, FA. He used to be the one and only. I don't know why they called it to the silent roller, but okay, I'll roll with the silent roller. D-Lo, was it a legit arm? Was it a legit arm injury, in your opinion, or did Bacoli find a way out? Oh man, yeah. So you trying to say, are you hitting at the possibility that Bacoli quit? Is that what you saying? That's a possibility that Bacoli was like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I gotta get out of here. On my shoulder. I can't do nothing else. I can't do nothing else. You gonna have to take a loss because of an injury? I'll take it. I'll take it. Get me out of here. Are you saying that's what happened? D'Lo say Skull isn't that good. He was fortunate to win the vacant title. Okay, so that goes along with what I'm saying about seeing his 22 fights, 6 knockouts. Him not really looking that great. Looking phenomenal because these guys weren't throwing their hands back, which takes away from me because I'm like, you look good with nobody bombing back at you. What's going to happen when bombs come back? Canelo, we know he got tight enough skills to handle the likes of a Skull, I say. So I'm going to say this is a fight, as everyone has been saying, it's just a fight to keep him loose, keep him ready for what's coming down the road. Canelo with a nice victory, nice clean victory over Skull, likely a late KO. I'm thinking. I said 6 is the earliest I'm thinking that he'll get him out of there. The latest I'm thinking is 9. I don't think it would be any later than that. What did you think about Nick Ball? Okay, yeah, so what did you think about Nick Ball kicking TJ Donnie to the floor? Is that the guys that was in the corner when he had him kind of like in a headlock? He kind of had his head hooked, and when he got out, he kicked him. Unacceptable, in my opinion. Just unacceptable. Totally unacceptable because one, your feet shouldn't be coming off the mat in a kicking form at no time at all. No time at all in a boxing match unless it's kickboxing, and this ain't that. So, as you know, a lot of people would say, "Oh, it was disgusting." I won't go as far as saying that, but it was pretty messed up because you know you shouldn't be kicking while you out there. It was, yeah, so you're right. It was one of the stupidest moves he could have pulled because he could have got himself disqualified. He could have got a DQ loss, bam, just like that, and nobody could have argued about why he did it. You know, so what? The guy had you in a little headlock. We still don't kick. Not in boxing. We still don't do that. You know, but he got away with it as far as not getting disqualified. So you know what it is. He didn't even get points taken. Oh shoot! Somebody, this should be talked about. Why is there nobody raising a big stink and making a big fuss about a man kicking another man in the ring and nothing happened? No points taken away. No DQ. No nothing. Yeah, and it had been the other way around, and Ball was losing, and he made TJ lose his ring and do something like that. TJ would have got DQ'd. I don't know what the rag part is. What is that? No one cares because Ball is the in-house fighter. So what you're saying is it's a little bit of home cooking going on. I hate home cooking unless my wife or my mother-in-law or my mother or my sister or cousin or somebody like that's cooking. But if it's home cooking from the home where they putting on, nah, home cooking sucks, especially in sports. Home cooking sucks. So since I got y'all here, what do y'all feel about? I got a couple more people I can bounce the question off of. Shakur Stevenson calling out T.O. at 140. Now let me put a little more gravy on it. Would him going to 140 make people say he ducking the smoke of all his brothers and cousins and all his relatives, all the brothers that we didn't know he had that's at 135? Would this consider him? Would this take some of the backlash off his back because he don't want to fight him, or would this add backlash to his back and say you ducking? I'm just wondering. He said even during the match, they never brought it back up. TJ should have stayed down. So the announcers didn't even complain about the kick. Now that's weak. Because they talk about other minute things that happen. They talk about the fighters talking to each other. But a man raised his leg up and swing it, and it land on somebody else in a kicking fashion. God dang. It would be a good fight. And yeah, Shakur's ducking Keyshawn. His brother Keyshawn wants to fight. Okay, Yasser, I feel you. Yasser say it would be considered ducking because you moving up to 140 with all that action is popping off at 135. We got our brother Eric R in the house clocking in at 8:21. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And what's up? Glad to see you up in here. D-Lo say, Shakur ain't ducking. That's my position. All those guys want to whoop CTO. Keyshawn has been calling him out for a year. So what you're saying is all the little pit bulls that's at 135 is really growling and biting at the fence because they trying to get at T.O. They're not going to look at it as a duck. You're not looking at it as a duck. What if he don't go back down to 135 though? What if he just stay at 140? If some kind of way they get it lined up and they get to fight, then would it be a duck? I'm just asking. Because he could only be a duck for a little while because at some point, all his brothers, Yasser brought it up, great point. As Donald Trump would say, really great stuff. He brought up the point that all his brothers will have to move up pretty soon too, and they'll be right back at square one. Hyphy says, dun, 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 dun. Shakur seems to be avoiding Keyshawn in my opinion. Okay, we got one saying, not ducking, and we got one saying slightly avoiding, which I don't know if you can slightly call it a slight duck or a slight, I don't know, but we'll see. I think it's gonna open up some floodgates with all these other channels where they'll be probably calling him a duck. They'll figure it out. Shakur, do what you do. D-Lo say Keyshawn doesn't want to fight Shakur. Shakur was the one who said he would fight Keyshawn. Then Keyshawn said, yeah, if everything made sense. So I didn't see that, D-Lo, because most of the time, usually when I see them talking about not fighting, it's usually Shakur that says it first. But if you got it somewhere where Keyshawn is talking about it. The last thing I heard, I seen him saying, they put out a post or something asking for like, give us $100 million each and then we'll fight. So they want $200 million thrown into the ring for them to fight, which they already told the world that they'll give us a great sparring match. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. T.O. has been cruising for a bruising with all that racist talk he been giving for the last few years. I, for one, when Terrence Crawford caught him up and made him be on the camera sucking those words back in, felt pretty good. But I do want to see somebody get loose on that ass. Pause. No diddy. But I do want to see somebody get loose on that ass and start busting him up. Pause again. No diddy. Putting paws all on him, have him in the corner. I want to see the T.O. because let me break this down real quick. you know, we seen T.O. say, do I still got it? Do I still got it? We seen that T.O. That T.O. won the fight. I want to see the T.O. that showed up for Cambosis. I want that T.O. to show up against my boy Barbosa, Arnold. I hope I'm saying his name right. Let the T.O. that lost against the Emperor. I need to see that T.O. And I hope Barbosa had the boxing gloves, speed, wisdom, knowledge, foot movement, head movement of the boxing gods that day. I hope he beat T.O. ass from corner to corner, all around the middle of the ring, on top of the logo. Just whoop him everywhere. Whoop him so much that when he in the corner talking to his dad, he's saying, "What is he hitting me with? Where is he coming from?" Whoop his ass till he can't remember his name. Whoop his ass till he can't say nigga no more. Whoop his ass till he don't want to say banana. Whoop his ass till he can't say monkey. Even if you say George of the Jungle, he'll go somewhere and start shivering. Whoop him till he don't even want to read Curious George. Just whoop him. That's what I want. I'm not promoting hate speech or anything like that. I'm just being a zealous fan speaking about boxing. So don't nobody try to give me no strikes, because I ain't talking hate speech. I'm just talking about whooping him in the ring. That's all. That's all I'm saying. We're getting a fight between Keyshawn and Keyshawn, or Keyshawn. Wait, what? We're getting a fight between Keyshawn and Keyshawn, or Keyshawn or Shakur versus CTO. Oh, okay, I got you. Versus CTO. Somebody, please. But Barbosa would be a nice start of ass whoopings for CTO to start with. Barbosa, please. Had the speed of the gods that night. MZ, speaking of brothers that fight, did you mention the highly anticipated immediate rematch of Eric Arbor? Oh, shoot. Just looking at the way the words is up there, I feel like let me put a pin on this, because I'm sure this needs to be pinned. Because he wouldn't be bringing it up, because it looks like it did. So you handled your business against the Wizards the first time, and it's an immediate rematch. Eric R is proven to be quite the combatant. So you telling me you put hands on the Wizard? That's what you telling me? You telling me you went out there and beat Mr. Wizard? Help, Mr. Wizard. That's what you telling me? Walk him down, Walker. I ain't gonna go on and on it, because, you know, the champ ain't here to defend himself. I'm trying to open it up so I could go ahead. Let me pin my brothers. Let me go ahead and find it right here. God, there. Hands and feet. Oh my God. And then he put the footprints. Oh my goodness. So, you know what? That's all I can say. That's all I can say is all my. It's pinned. MZ, speaking of brothers that fight. Did you mention? Yeah, it's up there now. Right. They are going to fight. Just like Andre Durrell and who was that? Adrian Ward never fought. They said they will only do it for a king's ransom, even though they were matched up in the Super 6. We are not getting Keyshawn versus Shakur either. Either guy versus CTEO. Okay. I guess that is another fight that we can look at and say, go ahead and scratch that off your wish list. It ain't happening. No Keo. I said Key. I was about to put Keyshawn, TEO, and Shakur name all together. I was just finna mash it all together. I felt it coming out. Glad I stopped it. But we're not going to get Keyshawn or Shakur. We probably not going to get... I'm almost willing to bet for sure we're not going to get Keyshawn and Tank. If that fight get made, my head spin around. The chances of Keyshawn Shakur Tank looks like it's slimmed up quite a bit. Quite a bit for me. If I win this week, you can start calling me the Witcher. Okay. I got you. Let me make a note of that. Because this man saying, he's saying some stuff. Saying he's really ready. So, Yeah, so no Shakur Tank, no Keyshawn Tank. Maybe a possibility Shakur Tank, but I think most definitely not Shakur Keyshawn. I don't think Tank. I don't think Tank go move in that direction. Even though Keyshawn has a belt, Tank has the one belt he needs to hold. I think he gonna keep on doing his diva actions, and like I said earlier, he got enough people that's not liking him that are starting to say, I hope he lose, which means people are spending money to watch him win and lose. He on the right side of both of the coin. Tank almost has to fight Keyshawn because he's been using Keyshawn to discount Shakur. He did say that Keyshawn was name was probably gonna surpass Shakur's, but before he said that, I was saying that Shakur name might be getting passed up by Keyshawn at the same time too. But this was still during the time where Shakur was still going with the backlash. He hadn't got a chance to face off Padley to help erase some of what he had going on with was it Edward De Los Santos, and Keyshawn had got two great knockouts. So I was like, people gonna start calling Keyshawn's name for what he's giving us right now. Tank claims Shakur ain't worth fighting and hasn't done anything in boxing. I don't subscribe to that part of what Tank is saying at all, in no way, shape, form, or fashion. I do remember the list. I do remember Keyshawn's name being pretty much the last name on the list. All of a sudden now, did I say Keyshawn or Shakur? If I said Keyshawn, I'm sorry, I meant Shakur. I don't know what's going on with Tank and what's making him do a 180, or not a 180 because it's all to do a 180 and turn away from Shakur. I don't know what's going on there at all, but so I guess you just got to chalk it up to what it is. Some of these youngsters are just foolish. Some of the moves they make are dumb. Uh, I can't. I won't. I'll just say the moves they don't make sense to us as fans, because I feel like Shakur is a phenomenal test for Tank and vice versa. I would like to see what would happen with the pure boxer, which is Shakur, and the boxer puncher, my Tank opinion, which is Tank. I would like to see what would happen. Them both being touted as one of the best at doing it at their weight class. But we could only get what these people give us and roll from there. D-Lo, since you're out there, what you think about how do you feel about the Alicia Baumgardner signing up with MVP and Jake Paul? And what fights might you be looking forward to her to having? Other than domestic, I would like to see her across the pond with the likes of Price or Dubois. Hell, I don't know. Even if what's Water Drop head name? Her head shaped like a water drop. Damn, she just lost the Price. I can't even think of her name right now. Jonas. My bad, Jonas. My bad. But yeah, I think Jonas would be the easiest move for, because everything else gonna bring her straight smoke. And I'm only saying Jonas is gonna be an easy move for her because Jonas is she passed the prime. She's slower. She has slower reflexes and everything. At least she could get in there and do her thing. Probably a good move for her. Not sure about the opponents. That's the only thing that I was thinking too, D-Lo. Who exactly could Jake Paul get her lined up with? If Turkey to showed him anything, business is business. And regardless if you like me or not, or we like each other or not, we should be able to do business and make money. So I'm thinking if he reached out to Eddie Hearn, I think Eddie Hearn would be willing to I think Eddie would be willing to work with him. For one, it'll get some of his female fighters on the stage of the US in front of eyes like that, unless they take it overseas. Either way, I think it'd be good business. One, it'd be great business for Alicia because she'll be getting out of the boys club, girls club gyms, uh, like we saw her fight in last time. She'll be getting back on big venues. So kudos to her for that. Uh, I hope they find her some good competition because I would love to see her in some good scraps. Also, D'Lo, it was pointed out that her body has changed since the Pop Dirty situation. She's not cut up as cut up as she was. I thought I was just seeing things, but Yasser let me know I was not just seeing things. Her body has transformed. She does look softer. You have any opinion on that? As I have to question or ask, just let me know what you think. He said Jonas needs to call it. Yeah, she do need to call it. 40. She at 40. Hand speed gone. She still got fight in her. She just can't use the weapons like she used to. Can't swing that sword as fast. Pull the trigger as quick. Duck and get out the way. But then I'm looking at it at that night, the way Price, as fast as Price looked, hand speed looked, I don't know too many girls, honestly, that I could say that would have got away. I think Price was hot that night, and Price would have been able to probably beat any of the girls that was on that level that night. He said, "Have you heard Brother Turkey is pissed about them making Dubois versus Usyk for Wembley?" I was gonna good call, Yasser, because I was seeing a lot of hoopla about that, and I heard the guy, what's his name, Radio Rashid, was talking about the situation with Dubois and why he ended up pulling out. And the way he made it seem is Dubois was not as sick as we thought he was, but it was more of a unhappy situation or whatnot. Let me not word that totally like that because that make it seem like he was sick. This is what was said. He was sick, but the people weren't talking about calling it off because he wasn't sick like that. His dad is the one that made the final call that his son wasn't going to fight. But I did hear about the Dubois Usyk setup, which is crazy because if I'm sitting back, Turkey talk too much. Not a shot at Turkey or anything, but I think he should not let his announcements be made so far out in advance because anything could happen. And you might end up having to change up your venue or change up the show that you had planned on giving. I think the last card that he had should have been a learning situation for him. And I'm suspecting to hear announcements from Turkey, but not as many in one breath. I think he'll start. Hey, we're trying to make this fight and leave it at that until they actually get it locked in, until it's right around the corner, then put it out. It would probably be best for business for Shields and Paul to bury the hatchet. They could both make millions and elevate working together. They could. But Clarissa is headstrong from what we know of her and from what she showed us in the world. And I'll be honest, I think Jake Paul is too. And I think both of them have taken shots at each other. They really didn't have a big reason not to like each other, except Clarissa had her reasons like we did. We thought Jake was fraudulent for the game. But now that he's proven himself or proven that he's trying to bring something to the game, then it's time to reevaluate the situation. I would love to see Clarissa work with them. Her name and MVP, that would just bust the floodgates open, in my opinion. You touting the best female boxer at the time right now, in my opinion, in the world, because she's been proving it. You touting her on your roster, not a made up quote like you got in Savannah. What's her name? The other lady that he's trying to call the quote. Y'all know who I'm talking. Amanda. Yeah, Amanda. You know, you had a real quote over there, women's boxing. Yeah, it would be great. But who could you imagine that could actually sit down and speak sense into Jake Paul and speak sense into Clarissa, where they could come together and do things like that? Like I said, Clarissa is something else. He said Turkey was like, good luck with that. Yeah, I want to see what's gonna happen. With that Schofield getting sick and pulling out, open that door for Dubois. That's a good look. That's a good look. But it also, like I said though, Radio Raheem, he did say that the guy was that Dubois was sick, but he also made mention like he wasn't so sick that the people were gonna call it off. This decision was made by he and his team, or his dad was the final word. So if you say it like that, it makes you say, well, was Floyd Schofield really as sick as he said? Because if they both got sick, and you know, people be playing doctor and all that stuff, so I'm gonna play my part. If they both got sick, supposedly of the same kind of sickness, and it wasn't bothering Dubois to the point that he had to pull out, yeah, you know, everybody don't handle sickness the same. Maybe Schofield getting sick is his kryptonite. You know, you see the toughest person get sick and turn into a straight up baby. I had a cousin that was straight G, got a splinter in his finger and acted like a baby. So, you know, it is what it is. I really have to get over it, right? Yes. Amanda getting old. There's a lot of female talent that needs to be put on. Jay should be Jay should jumped. Jay should be transitioning into more of a promoter than a fighter at this point. That's what I would be doing. It's easy to say that part right there. But if the dude really wanted to be a fighter, then he's living his dream. And if fighter is his dream and the promotion is the byproduct of it, let him live his dream out for right now. Because I could honestly say, looking at him, he seemed to be have a business savvy mind. Promotion is not something that he's gonna walk away from, even when boxing is over for him. I think he's finna buckle down and dig in like Frank Warren and our boy over at Top Rank. I think he's finna Jake Paul finna dig in like them. He can't really get that much bigger. He's already a player in the promotions aspect, in my opinion. Yeah, so the promotion part, that's a given. I'm gonna say that's a given. He's got that. He's got that under his belt. He's just living out his dream right now, getting to rub shoulders with all these great fighters. Not rub shoulders with him in the way of saying I promoted this fight. He's building his dream, his stories to tell his kids and stuff like that. I fought Mike Tyson. I was in the ring with this person. I was in the ring with that person. I think that's his enjoyment of it right now, and that's what he's getting out of it. So let him do his thing for right now. Clarissa, a humble word from a fan. If you listening, man, swallow your pride a little bit, sis. I ain't say you gotta bend over and just let him have it any way you want to. But I'm thinking y'all could come to the table and come up with something good. Like you said when you did for your movie, you had a lawyer to watch the lawyer. You use that kind of savvy technique, use all of that, and deal with Jake Paul. It's a lot of money out there for y'all to collect. And I think y'all could collect it in a bigger grab if both of y'all reached at it together. Bury the hatchet with Amanda Serrano. Go on over there and do your thing. Even if it's some co-promotion stuff, whoa. Don't just walk away from the table and leave money out there like that. Go get your paper, sis. Go get your paper. Yeah. Boy, wait till I talk to the wizard, man. Eric already came on the show, talked about putting hands and feet on you, say he stepped on your neck, made you say uncle, all this kind of stuff. It was terrible. Sit here with this raspberry haze. early in the morning. We had to get up and do this for early because, like I said, wife called me out last night, and I ain't taking no losses. But I took a loss because, like I said, that Rosie Perez voice popped in my head right when I was turning the corner, getting ready to cross the finish line. He said, "Sometime when you win, you really lose, and sometimes when you lose, you really win." And I said instantly, "Rosie, I feel you. I gave up the win." That's where AB messed up. Not being able to put on the promoter hat. Uh, to be honest with you, I didn't really see Adrian Broner really even having the aspirations to be a promoter. He never showed that part to me. I never saw a hint of it. It was always, for him, the fighter was the star. He needed that glitz, that glam, that shine. That, hey, it's AB. It's AB. He needed the girls running after him and chasing him. He needed the yes men. He needed what Floyd had. He wanted what Floyd had. I think promotion was the farthest thing from his mind. Or we probably would have got it from him. So, with that being said, I got a few minutes. Y'all mess with me. Hit me up. Give me some information that I don't know. Who you looking for? Who y'all looking forward to seeing do their thing in this upcoming cards? My baby girl's birthday is today. 22 years old. I'm just, I had to share that with y'all. My baby girl is 22 today, March 19th. March 19th, 2003. She grown up. All my little ducks are fully grown. I guess I'm finna go through empty nest syndrome pretty soon. Appreciate that, Yasa. I'll let her know. Happy birthday. And my grandson, bro, he crawling now, trying to walk. The little dude is growing up so fast. AB had a nice little stable of fighters, and he should have had his business in order to keep Tank instead of turning him over to Floyd. Yeah, he had a nice little stable of fighters, but he wasn't, like you said, he wasn't handling his business. If he had a bid, he wouldn't have turned Tank over to Floyd. He wouldn't have. But, all the glitz and the glam was with Floyd. I could see how that would help allure away your talent. I appreciate the happy birthday for the baby. I'll let her know. Appreciate that. Ah. Choo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, I wanted to bring this up, bro. I see this dude. His name is can't remember his name. Can't stop him. That's the name of his channel. His little daughter name is Nyla or something like that. His video started off as her being a little girl. She's in judo, and I've been watching her. I've been following her channel, watching her grow up and learn judo. I'm watching these kids crying because they get put in arm bars and they getting choked. All the stuff that you would expect to happen in judo. But you can see this little girl's progression. And I can't wait till she turns into a teenager and get higher up in the ranks, because from what it looks like, her dad is on the perfect trajectory with her. They have a good understanding with each other, and she kicking butt. So if you get a chance to check it out, Can't Stop Him, the little girl named Nyla, she can fight. I think if Bronin, okay, no, that was it. Tank wouldn't have been Tank if AB didn't give him to Floyd. That's what the one of the most smart decisions he did make. Well, you're right. Tank. Well, I can't. It's hard to say that Tank wouldn't be Tank. Uh, Shoot, I don't know. I don't know. You make a good one. He said my middle sister name is Nyla. Oh, okay, okay, that's a pretty. I like that name. It's a unique name. Oh, Eric, also you checked her out. You see her. You see her fight. Yeah, that little girl is good, man. And I'm sitting here watching. As I sit and watch him cheer his baby on, it reminds me of cheering on my baby girl Lavoya when she was in volleyball. I'm out there falling out of the stands and everything, screaming for this girl and her team, just cutting up. I'm screaming at a volleyball game like I'm watching a football game or a basketball game. AB probably can make more money on YouTube type platforms than he can in the ring these days. But no one probably has showed him how, and he can't eat off them apps yet. Uh, you know what? Hopefully, AB is working on the small problems, or I won't say small, the problems that we saw him going through with the alcohol and everything like that. Hopefully, someone is helping him work on that, because what's the purpose of showing him how to make money if we haven't broken the cycle of the alcohol and stuff like that? Because if you show him how to make money and start making it hand over fist or anywhere close to that, just enabling him to hurry up and kill himself, in my opinion. And I don't want to make it like that dark. I'm just saying, hopefully somebody's helping him get the first part straight before they show him how to start making the money. Smart for Tank, not smart for AB's company, but like I said, AB didn't have his business in order, so it was the best under those unfortunate circumstances. True. Hey, it takes money to get drunk too. That's what I'm saying. It takes money to get drunk. And to teach him how to start making money hand over fist on these YouTube apps or and stuff like that, giving him a podcast, anything where he had that steady stream of income coming in where he could do harm to himself, help him break that first. Say, nah, seriously, I hope he handles those demons first. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And we all know AB is a fool with his money. There it is. So without throwing dirt on him, which I'm not, it's one of those situations where you have to say, dang, we got it would be a bad thing to wish money on it. That part. He said, I seen that man throw money in the supermarket. I saw that too. I saw that video. I think they was in, wasn't they in Walmart? I think they was in Walmart when he threw that money up. I could be wrong. It acted like it was a strip club or something. Just showing his ass, showing his natural. Flushing down the toilet. Remember, MZ, AB, EJ, and Tank was at the fight presser drunk earlier in his career? Tank learned to be more disciplined under Floyd and technical aspects in the ring. I do remember them in front of the camera together with their eyes glazed over, slurring, looking offset. Hindsight is always 2020, and you can look at people and peel back the layers and say, dang, you can tell where they split, where you can tell who started paying more attention, things like that. Because at one point, I remember AB being mad at Tank for some things that Tank said. AB was saying that Floyd was trying to get behind him and split him up. Threatened Tank, talking about whooping Tank's ass and stuff like that. Y'all remember that? He said, AB, I don't need no change, bro. Okay, he don't need no change. Yeah, if you a grown millionaire still goes brokish, even after having someone allowance his money out to him over time. I don't know what to say. That part right there. But at least he was real enough to come out later and say that maybe I did burn through my money like that. I was calling Al, I need this much now, and then a couple of days later I'm calling asking for this. And you still burn through it. Sometimes I don't know what to say. I ain't never been a millionaire to go broke. I ain't never been a millionaire to lose millionaire status. I don't know what AB would consider being broke after having that much money. Is he broke like broke need a job, living check to pay his rent, or is he broke like I can't stay in $1 million mansion, I got to stay in a high luxury apartment. That kind of broke, you know. Different levels to being broke, especially after you made so much money after a certain point. You feel me? I feel you. Ah, shoot doo. Y'all give me a second. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still here. I'm still here. Oh, that's Ashley. But who is that? Okay, so we back at it. I'm taking Canelo over Skull. No hard feelings there. Ain't nothing to say. He got that flat. Wait, he got that flat back of head syndrome. Tyson fell off MC Hammer, and he bounced back to shine like new money. Tyson, yeah, Tyson fell off, and then he came back, did his one man show. Tyson really reinvented himself. In my opinion, pretty much totally. He still kind of got the little scary mask, but not as much. People not really as much in fear of Mike as they used to be. They do respect him when he gets upset because they know he could be angry and he could cause you some pain. But for the most part, uh, Tyson has reinvented himself. Back in the day, I always blamed the fan society for Tyson going through a lot of what he went through because people took advantage of it. And I know people say, "Oh, MC trying to be soft." We knew the dude had some issues. We knew that. But because we can't control somebody, you send them through the grinder, and maybe the grinder will break them. And if they're not all the way totally chewed up, they might still have a little meat on the bone where they can come back in front of people. They give them another chance. I'm just saying. I love Mike Tyson as a fighter, athlete. I love the fact that he got a second chance to come back and clean up his name because, you know, when he was going out of boxing, what was he going out of boxing known for? Biting off Evander Holyfield's ear and being in prison. That's how people was trying to describe him. Now there's a lot more to him, a lot more layers, a lot more things you could say. He's been in movies. He's been, like I said, he did a one-man show. He got a podcast. People are starting to gravitate toward him, and he's showing a whole different exterior about himself. I'm loving it. Way to go, Mike. He's right where he needs to be or wants to be. Eric Carter whooped on the Wizard. Yeah, I saw that little old thing y'all put in the Discord, me and Big E. Boy, come on, man. So I need to know who's who. Every time y'all put somebody up there, y'all got two old dudes. I'm like, wow, they got to be me and Big E. This dude is really working with his baby girl. Well, gentlemen, I have no one to speak to. It's early. It's actually 9 o'clock. Hey, Yasa, what time is it where you at right now? Because you know why I'm up at this time in the morning. I said, you know what? I missed out. I didn't get to holler at my boy Yasa. Let me jump up and call across the pond today and see what's happening. See how it's going down. It's that UK time, baby. Get ready to start moving around so I can do something for my baby girl and her birthday. I can't wait to see her face. I know she's gonna be just so happy. Oh, it's 2 p.m. Okay. I'm getting there, man. Dang, it's 2 p.m. Shish. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm finna get up out of here. But I'm gonna leave y'all with something. Man, I'm gonna have a good day with her. I'm gonna have a great day. A great day. Nothing makes me more happy than my family. No lie. not my job, not anything. Me being daddy and grandpa is the greatest feelings I've ever had in my life, ever. And with that, I'm out.